guys, it's Sarah, and today I have my January book haul. Did I just unhaul 100 books? Yes, I did. But I'm not bringing that many in. I only have 11. That's pretty good. So bringing a little bit back in, not very much compared to what I got rid of. But yeah, so here's what I got. Okay, so this first one came to me from Berkeley, and they contacted me about this, and I was like, ooh, I just got the first book in this series from Krista for our Christmas book exchange. This is number 3 in the series, and I can grab number 2 anytime I need. But that is The Last Grudge. This is by Max Seek. So this is the 3rd book in the Witch Hunter series. I got the Witch Hunter, again, like I said, for Christmas book exchange. So when they reached out to me about this, I was like, yes, because I really want to read through Witch Hunter. And so this is number 3 in the series, which is awesome. This comes out February 7th. So if you have read the first book or the second book and are looking forward to this one, it comes out in February. And I'm not going to go into the synopsis because I haven't read the first or second one yet. So, but I'm excited about it. Okay, that's the only one from publishers. Everything else I bought. My book of the month pick for January is Age of Vice. This is by Deepti Kapoor. And I was reading the synopsis of this one and it immediately had me hooked. So this is very much gangster type of book that I believe is set in India. And this follows a family that is deep into this lifestyle, like very mobster-y type of thing. And just the description of this book just had me hooked. And I was like, I really want to read this. This thing is huge. This is also a book that's been featured at Barnes & Noble too. So that also had me intrigued because whenever my job focuses on a book, I pay attention to it. But yeah, so awesome. So I went to a thrift store recently and found this one. So this is called Age of Assassins by R.J. Barker. I've heard really good things about R.J. Barker as an author in the fantasy genre. So this definitely had my attention when I saw it. And the catchphrase on here is, to catch an assassin, use an assassin. Like, assassins stalking each other? Yes, please. That sounds awesome. And like I said, I've heard good things about the author, so I thought I would give this one a shot. Okay, the next one that I grabbed is one that's been on my radar for quite a while, and I just have never picked it up. So that is Present Over Perfect. This is by Shauna Nequist. And this tagline here is, leaving behind frantic for a simpler, more soulful way of living. So I believe that this is faith-based from what I'm understanding. Very possibly, but it's more about exactly like present over perfect. So instead of worrying about trying to be perfect and trying to be all the things and do all the things, living your life where you are. And that's something that I'm really kind of craving right now. So, so when I saw it, I grabbed it because I was like, you know what? I have been wanting this for quite a while, and I think this could be a good one. Okay, this next one I found, we ended up at a Second and Charles one day, and I found this, and I was like, oop, this has been on my radar because I have seen quite a few people reading this book recently, some fantasy readers, and it definitely intrigued me because I've heard really, really good things about it. And that is The 12 Kings in Sharakai. This is by Bradley P. Ballou. And this is the start of a series. I know that there's quite a few of these books out, but I've heard just really good things. Like I said, a lot of fantasy readers have been reading this series and have really, really been loving it. So definitely caught my attention, and I want to really dive into fantasy. I've really just been kind of craving that. And so I decided to go ahead and add this onto my TBR. Okay, so speaking of Barnes & Noble, I got a book there because it was half off, which is more than my discount. So I did not get my discount on top of it. If you buy something as an employee that's more than your discount, then you get that price. You don't get that on top of a discount. That would be nice, but then they'd be giving books away. So this one has been on my radar. Audrey from Chapter and Converse loved this book, and I think I'm going to love it. So this is The Resemblance. This is by Lauren Nassett. Now, this takes place in a sorority, and it takes place at the University of Georgia. So as soon as Audrey told me that, she was like, Sarah, this takes place at Georgia. I'm like, I'm sorry, what? I need it now. And in a sorority. And I was in a sorority in college. So like, this is going to give me all sorts of fun things that I'm going to completely understand. So I was interested when she said sorority. And then I was immediately, I have to get this book when she said it was at University of Georgia. So definitely bought it. I got it half off, which is awesome. And I cannot wait to read it. Okay, and then I had a really nice Amazon gift card that I wanted to use, and so I decided to get myself a couple of books. So I got The Justice of Kings. This is by Richard Swan. I have heard really, really, really good things about this book, and this is the first book in a series. I believe the second one is going to be coming out this year, and a lot of fantasy readers are really reading this and really, really enjoying it, kind of singing its praises. So it definitely went onto my radar, and so I went ahead and used a gift card for it. Okay, and I went ahead and also got Skandar and the Unicorn Thief by A.F. Stedman. This has been a very buzzed about middle grade book, and I've heard very, very good things about it. And so I definitely wanted to see what this is about because I love middle grade fantasy. Like if I read middle grade, it's most likely going to be a fantasy book. And this one definitely popped up on my radar. And hello, how gorgeous is that? But I have definitely heard that this is really good. And I got the third book in a trilogy that I just started. Like I'm currently reading the first book in this trilogy. I went ahead and got Empire of Gold by S.A. Chakraborty. This is the third book in the Daevabad series. I'm reading City of Brass right now, which is the first book. I have the second book on my shelves already, and I wanted to go ahead and get the third one because I am loving the first one, and I know that I want to read this whole thing, and that I would probably like to keep it on my shelves once I'm done because I've heard that this one is amazing. So, big chunky boy, and got to use a gift card for it. You guys, I got one of my most anticipated books of the entire year. I cannot wait to read this. It's The Shards by Bret Easton Ellis. He has not written a book for quite a while, so this is like a big deal. And it's also a big, big book. He wrote American Psycho, which is one of my favorite books of all time. It is easily the most disturbing book I've ever read. And I loved it. So when I saw that he had a new release coming out, I immediately looked into it. So this is set, it's either the 80s or the 90s. I was trying to figure it out and I couldn't. But it's set in either the 80s or the 90s in Los Angeles, and it follows a group of high school boys, and there is a serial killer stalking the area, and they become of interest to the serial killer, from what I'm understanding. I am also understanding that this is a book written where the author puts himself into the story. So I believe our main character is Bret Easton Ellis, and I have not read anything like that before. I know that there are some books that do that, and I've never read anything like that before, so I'm interested to see what that's all about. But guys, serial killers, yes, please. And I have loved one of his books completely, and his other books get recommended to me all the time. And so as soon as this came out, I had to pick it up. I just had to. And last, but by no means least, I got another one of my most anticipated books. And this one just came out. And that is How to Sell a Haunted House by Grady Hendrix. I begged and pleaded for an early copy of this book, and the publisher said, no thanks. So that's fine. But I'm so excited for this, you guys. I really just want to go all in on Grady Hendrix. I really do. I've only read one of his books, but I want to read every single one of them, and I had to get his new one. And when I had a gift card, I was like, you know what? I'm taking advantage, and I'm going to go ahead and grab it. So excited. Okay, guys, that is it. Not too many coming in. All good. And I'm really happy with what I got. So these were all very intentional and not a whole lot of impulse buying. I was trying to be very smart about what I was bringing in and make sure that they were things that I really wanted to read. So let me know your thoughts down below, and I will see you guys again soon. Hope you have a great day. Bye.